Cross-examination continues in the murder trial of James Staley as the trial is in its third day.
This morning, defense attorney Mark Daniel continued his cross-examination of Detective Chad Nelson, the WPD detective who served as the lead investigator into the death of Wilder McDaniel from October 2018 until May 2020. Staley's defense team began to question Detective Nelson about alleged activity on social media by Amber McDaniel, that's Wilder's mother, during a period of time she had informed police that she'd been asleep that night. Eventually, Wichita County District Attorney John Gillespie objected on the grounds that Daniel was asking Nelson too many questions at once. Presiding Judge Everett Young sustained Gillespie's objection and instructed Daniel to ask Nelson one question at a time.
After about an hour of questioning from Daniel, Gillespie followed up with a set of questions of his own in an apparent attempt to rebut the defense's cross-examination. A point made by Detective Nelson yesterday afternoon that was reiterated today during Gillespie's line of questioning was that in March 2020, while Detective Nelson was still overseeing the investigation, the global COVID-19 pandemic occurred, which created a staffing shortage at the forensic lab where evidence taken from Staley's residence was being processed.
Due to that shortage, the forensic lab informed WPD that processing their evidence would take significantly longer than it normally would. Because of this, the case was more or less at a standstill in May 2020. At that point, Detective Nelson was transferred to the Sex Offender Registry Unit and was no longer the lead investigator in the death of Wilder McDaniel. Now, we're going to have much more on this trial coming up tonight on KFDX 3 News at 6.